Behind the Glass. In Season 2, we're starting the show with trivia. The late, great author Gary Regan wrote in The Joy of Mixology that this is the best cocktail on earth. It's simple, yet so darn complicated. Was it a Cosmopolitan, an old-fashioned, a Negroni, or a Manhattan? Stay tuned to find out what the answer is.
You'll see that at the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Behind the Glass with Dean Serneels, Season 2. Yes, we made it to Season 2. The first season, of course, we were learning how to do all this. This is Season 2, brand new set and brand new drinks and jokes and absolutely everything. So one of the things that we discovered during Season 1 was that all the different segments of the show are take-homes for bartenders. So in Season 2, every segment of the show has been built as a take-home for a bartender, whether it's the bar book trivia at the beginning of the show or our bar trick at the beginning of the show, which is coming up in a second. We've also got a cocktail, this one right here. This is my piping hot Bloody Mary. Wait till you see this one come together. It's delish. Also on the show this week, we have a fabulous bartender, 20 years in the business. He was a world-renowned Flair bartender, world-renowned mixologist, and now he does a little bit of both. He's going into his third decade of bartending. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up later in the show, don't miss out. Chris Cardone is on the show, and we do a really cool magic trick with him. All right, but first, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to that bar trick. Thank you very much for joining us into Season 2. Here is our bar trick. Welcome to the bar trick of the week. The bar trick of the week is where we show you a bar trick to help keep your guests entertained at the bar. The challenge here is to get the straw out of the bottle without touching the bottle or the straw. But the real fun part, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this at the end of the show, is this. Ha ha ha! There's still fire going on the inside. Woo! That whoosh coming out of the bottle makes everybody in the bar jump, makes girls scream, and everybody wants to know what's going on. I'm going to show you how to do that at the end of the show. Don't forget to subscribe for more of these great bar tricks and all the great offerings from Behind the Glass with Dean Serneels. Behind the Glass with Dean Serneels. This is our specialty cocktail of the day, our original cocktail. It's dry January, so this cocktail I thought was just perfect for dry January because it actually tastes better without alcohol. All right, it's a piping hot Bloody Mary. So let me take you through some of the details on this as we bring in my smorgasbord here. All right. Empty glass, of course. Now, to make this one look so pretty, I just cut some lime here, and I'm just going to wipe the lime on the edge of the glass, just like so, and dip it in. I call this a lick of salt. This is Montreal steak spice. I put it on everything. Allison laughs at me all the time. She's like, oh my God, you put that stuff on everything. It's Montreal steak spice. It's beautiful on a Bloody Mary. So there's that. I have a little piece of pepper, and here's some meat. This is some prosciutto, and it's also great with summer sausage or pepperoni. A little piece of mozzarella cheese. I have some really soft mozzarella cheese here, and a cookie cutter. This is just a little cookie cutter, all right? And I cut the mozzarella cheese with cookie cutter. Here's little hearts. They're so cute. Ooh. Yeah, look how perfect those are. That's the cheese that we're going to put on top of the drink here. This one is actually a butterfly. A little piece of cucumber and some lime fits right in there. Well, let's get to the star of the show, the Bloody Mary mix. I have it over here. Today I'm actually using Master Mix's Loaded Bloody Mary mix. It's not a plug, they're not paying for everything. Well, it is a plug. Check out mixologypro.com and YouTube's Master of Mixes. Master of Mixes on YouTube. There's over 200 videos of me making drinks now. It's awesome! Anyway, that's another point. Here's the Bloody Mary mix. I heat it up in a microwave. You can heat it up on the stove. This is just a coffee pot, as you can tell, a carafe. All right? And it stays hot for a few hours. See the steam coming off of that? Looks great. Piping hot Bloody Mary. Every time I have presented this to someone, they said, I've never, ever had a Bloody Mary hot. It's January, so it's a little chilly outside. It could be snowy outside, wherever you are. It's nice and hot Bloody Mary. It's nice and rich and thick. It's kind of like tomato soup. Works great with vodka or gin or not. All right? And if this garnish doesn't tickle your fancy, I know you're all thinking it. I know it. The best garnish for the hot Bloody Mary is a grilled cheese sandwich. And if you're going big, you better go real big. There it is right there. How's that for an eye catcher on a menu or going through the restaurant? If this was going through the restaurant, people would be like, what is that? It's the piping hot Bloody Mary. And I call it piping hot because if you say it's just a hot Bloody Mary, people think it's spicy hot. So it's piping hot or steaming hot Bloody Mary. That's our original cocktail today on Behind the Glass with Dean Serneels. Please be sure to subscribe. Each one of the sections of the show is a different training, a different teaching for bartenders. So please subscribe so you don't miss any of the great content that we're coming out with. All right, we're coming up in just a couple of minutes here with Chris Cardone. But first, let's have a little giggle with the bad bar joke.
And now, Bad Bar Jokes with Dean Serneels. So this three-legged dog walks into a saloon. Spurs are clinking on his feet as he walks. Six-shooter slapping on his furry side as he walks up and he bellies up to the bar. He says to the bartender as he stares him down, I'm looking for the man that shot my pa. We are season 2 of Behind the Glass with Dean Serneels. We get to welcome one of my dear friends. He has 20 years in the business. He is a very celebrated Flair bartender. He is a celebrated mixologist, has traveled a lot of places around the world, spreading the good word of bartending, both on the Flair side and the mixology side. A very great guy. You'll actually see One Drink with Chris Cardone on Wednesday, but today we've got him as our guest trainer. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. This is Chris Cardone. the Jason Statham of bartending. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, Mr. Chris Cardone. How'd that look, my friend?
That's pretty nice. That was very nice. You make me excited.
Very cool. Where are you calling in from tonight?
I'm in my living room on Long Island. I know it's surprising, but this is not a virtual background. This is actually my living room. Go figure.
This is my studio as well. Yes.
That's a nice picture. What city is that?
That is the city of Toronto. You'll see the CN Tower there.
Yeah.
That's the city of Toronto. It's a nice piece of artwork I picked up. Allison helped me pick it out a few months back when we were traveling through Nashville, and I'm pretty thrilled with it. And this is the new set for season 2 of Behind the Glass with Dean Serneels. So, Chris, we have a great conversation coming up on Wednesday with One Drink with Chris Cardone. Fabulous job. We, of course, as you know, we record that before we do Behind the Glass. But Chris, now on Behind the Glass, you are our guest trainer.
Yep.
Reaching out to the best bartenders in the world. We're going to put you on a timer here, and you got about 10 minutes. Teach us something. Let's have a good conversation, but after 10 minutes, you're cut off, man. Go!
Okay, I'm ready. Go!
3, 2, 1, go!
Wait, I forgot what I was going to do. Remember when we used to all do that? You'd get up there, and you'd be like, 3, 2, 1, go!
The speed rounds at Quest, right? And Legends.
And you'd black out, and that was it. You were done. Okay,
I used to coach people when they'd get up, and I'd say, and even as an MC, I'd be like, okay, you ready? They go, yeah, I'm ready. I said, what's your first move? Just tell me your first move. So they'd say that, then off they'd go. So
yeah. Okay, so what I wanted to do, as we had discussed, I think there's a lot of room for mixology to lean into Flair, and for Flair to lean into mixology. So I kind of hearkened back to when I was at the global finals of Diageo World Class in Mexico City, and I wanted to do teach some Flair moves that you can do whether you're a Flair bartender or a mixologist, because these are tools and drinks that we always use when we're making cocktails, no matter what kind of cocktail it is. Simple tools like bar spoons and mixing glasses and tins. So I kind of have 3 different things I'm going to show you. We'll kind of stay with the really easy, then the easy, and then we'll do one difficult one. That way, there's a little something for everybody. So the first thing is, a lot of bartenders, we all use bar spoons to mix our cocktails, whether it's a martini, a Manhattan, a Negroni, something that's boozy and stirred has to be stirred. So we're not going to shake it, so we're going to have a mixing glass. So what I wanted to first show was that a lot of bartenders, what they do is they pick up the bar spoon off the bar or out of a tin that's sitting in water or something like that, and they'll put it in.
Right?
So how about, instead of just taking it out, how about we just simply put it between our fingers here, like that, and you just give it a little twist before we put it in. So it's just a matter of taking it again, like we have our spoon. I'm a righty. I know it's reversed on the screen, but my spoon is spooned to the left of my body, and I'm just going to take it in between my fingers like this, right? Like a baton.
So your middle finger is underneath.
That's right.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is, when I grab it out, I'll just give it a twist around those fingers, squeeze with my thumb, and now I can just drop it in. So it's just a sexier way of putting it in
the index finger, right?
Correct.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Your spoon's upside down.
Right, my spoon's upside down. So which end of my spoon needs to be upside right? All right.
Like that. That was it.
Yeah, so where does the bowl of the spoon start so that it ends here?
The bowl is up. Okay? Underneath your middle finger.
Yeah. There we go.
So we're spinning it, we're dropping it in. And now we're going to give it a stir, right? And if we could probably have 8 million videos on Google of people teaching you how to stir a cocktail.
Right.
But something that a trainer of mine, Julio Cabrera, taught me one time was that a lot of us are in the habit of, when we're done stirring, we take it out and we go like this. And again, we're just trying to be a little sexier, right? So instead of giving it that tap, 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 like we're a drummer for Scorpion, what we're going to do is we're going to give it a stir.
All right.
And then we're going to bring it up and just let anything drop out, and then just put it away without that noise. Again, silly, but a great little trick.
Well, it's
Okay.
tapping it off the side, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So
With a paintbrush.
now we're gonna put our hawthorn on top of our mixing glass, right?
I put it down already. You're gonna put your hawthorn on top of the mixing glass.
I'm gonna put my hawthorn on top. So now I have my hawthorn for my glass that I'm gonna strain it into. And again, what we all do is we just simply pour it over top. Maybe we grab our fine strainer to pour it over. But why don't we, again, we'll just add a little sexy note to it. So I have a nice serviette here. Yes, it's a dishcloth because it's COVID and I'm in my house. We'll have, normally in a bar, you'll have that nice white serviette. So what we'll do is we'll put it along the side of the mixing glass, just like this. When we pick it up, we'll strain out our cocktail into the glass, and then we'll just do this on the cut. It's just a nice, quick, smooth little whoop, and that way there's no drops, there's nothing getting anywhere on the bar. Again, it's all about being clean while you're doing your bartending. It shows a professionalism, it shows that you know what you're doing, and I think for a normal, latent eye, for someone who doesn't bartend, who doesn't know what they're looking at, that's going to show a different level of expertise. And again, something that Julio showed me when I was down in Miami training for world class, I wanted to do something when I was competing. So to separate myself from the other 57 bartenders from all around the globe, I thought these little things like that, just them seeing me focusing on details like that made a big difference. Now, the next one is how to clean garnishes.
How to clean garnish.
This can obviously get very, very boring, so we'll do it quick so it's not too boring. But I think it's something that a lot of Flair bartenders don't focus on. When I was competing in 2016, I took second place in world class, and I called up a lot of my judges, and I asked them, what do I need to focus on next year to be more successful? What do I need to kind of jump over that line to take first? And a lot of them told me I wasn't paying attention to garnishing. And it's true. I worked in restaurants. I had a Flair background. I never thought about what my garnishes look like when I put them inside my glass. So I wanted to quickly show you that because I think it's something that a lot of us don't pay attention to. So you have a normal Y peeler or a potato peeler. You can get them in all shapes, sizes, and colors, but as long as it's sharp, it's good to go. And you take whatever fruit you're going to peel, right? We start at the top. We simply peel down the side of our fruit, and now we're left with this. And most of us accept this as a good garnish. So we now put that in top. Maybe we squeeze it over the top. So instead of just dropping this in there, let's make it look a little sexier. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a knife and we're going to cut both of the edges off the sides. Okay, so it's a nice quick little slice on this side. And if you're playing at home, please be careful. Don't cut your fingers off.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is now we have a piece of orange that has a much cleaner look to it on the two sides. But I'm not going to stop there. Now I look like I have a Band-Aid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut on this on the side like that. Okay. And then I'll do one more on the other direction or the same direction, your choice. So now we have a beautiful looking garnish that we can put inside the glass that has a much, much sexier look to the cocktail. So again, super simple, quick. You can obviously do this if you're one of those bars that works on volume and that you make, you use 150 of these things a night and you peel them before the shift. You can certainly clean them too. We do it when we do large format cocktails for events. We clean up all these things. And yes, I'm not going to lie, cleaning 150, 200 peels sucks, but it looks so much nicer in the cocktail.
All right, Chris, how about you show us, you said you wanted to do something with a parallelogram. Oh, that's a talk there.
Yeah. We gotta teach the kids, right? And parallelogram is a wonderful word. So here's the scoop. So I channeled my inner Julia Childs, okay, and I pre-did this, but I'll walk you through it. So what we're gonna do is we're basically gonna do the same thing that we had with the first one. We're gonna slice off really clean cuts on the sides of the orange.
Okay, like so.
Yep. And then you're gonna cut a diagonal on one side of it.
Like that.
And now the other side, as you can see, the other side is going to be the other direction, right? So they're going to meet. Yep, just like that.
Oh, okay.
That's it. You got it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a hole right in the middle with just the tip of the knife. Just angle it and just cut a small, maybe a quarter to a half an inch on the hole.
A hole, or I'm making a slice?
We're making a slice.
And from this side to that side.
Yeah, but not the whole way. Just like I said, maybe like a fingernail worth.
All right, it's
Just
fast.
enough,
The thumbnail.
just enough so that you can then place that right on the rim of the glass. Again, we want to make sure that we're looking at the pretty side of it, right? So we want to make sure that we have the skin side up, and we're just going to sit that right on the side of the glass like so.
Oh, that looks really cool.
And again, just a small little detail that mixologists can do, that Flair bartenders can do, but also that somebody who works at a volume bar can also do this. So again, just a silly little thing, but again, it's about making those two come together, right? And then the third one, let's call this the advanced lesson, is every single bartender on the planet has to strain a cocktail out of a tin at some point, right? So what do we all do? We all take our Hawthorne, right? We put it on top of our tin. We strain our cocktail out, and some just like this. We're done, right? But what fun is that? So instead of doing that, the next one we can do is we can give it a little cut, right? So now we snap our wrist, we cut out, and we have a nice, cleaner, sexier pour. But why stop there?
You know, you really got to have ice in that for that sound effect.
That's it. Otherwise, it looks like your phone is muted. So now but now why stop here, right? So what most of us do is we snap out of it, then we take this and we put this somewhere else.
Right.
But before we finish, how about this? You take your hand, you slap the edge of your Hawthorne, and you catch it.
Nice.
Like so.
Here.
You're the magician. I can't make things disappear.
There you go. I lift this up just a little bit so it kind of makes it go in a bit of an arch. Gives me a little bit more lag time.
Yeah. So, again, it's about, taking things that we all use, that we all constantly make drinks with, and just showing a little bit more quote-unquote flair with it, right? So we strain out our cocktail. We give it a snap when we're done. We pop that guy out.
Beautiful.
And then we put it in the sink or wherever we're going to put it.
Beautiful.
So you get for season 2, episode 1, you got 3 techniques.
Ooh, you're setting the bar pretty high. Well done, sir. That was pretty great. So that's real flair that any bartender can do, and it's not so fancy a flair that a bartender would be like, oh, he's showing off, or to make other bartenders feel intimidated by it.
I think it's a nice clasp between the two. So for the flair guy, it's stuff that the flair guy or flair girl can easily do, but at the same time, not be taking a million years to do behind the bar. It's something that you can do at a cocktail bar that still looks sophisticated, elegant, and professional. And then on the other hand, one of the most common things I get from mixology bartenders when I talk to them is that they're afraid for flair. They're like, oh, I don't have any hand-eye coordination. I would feel really nervous doing that. All those kind of things. I'm a klutz. So these are moves that do not take almost any hand-eye coordination, minus the one with the Hawthorne getting tapped. Right. But to strain out and snap it, to make garnishing look nice, to use a serviette when you're straining, these are all things that you require no hand-eye coordination, that there's no reason you can't adapt to. And again, for the mixologist, it's bringing a little flair into it. And for the flair guy, it's, again, making it look a little bit more clean, professional, polished that you could do outside of a flair bar.
Beautiful, beautiful. I want to add one little thing here. If we can go to my close-up here. I just had this idea as you were teaching it, so I'm certainly not trying to one-up you. This is a little a cookie cutter. I just got these tiny cookie cutters. And on your thin orange zest, I used a little cookie cutter and I made a little tiny butterfly. So now with the butterfly, I can slice down the butterfly there. Now let's see if I can't make him fit on the edge of the glass. Oh, I think I did it the wrong way. Oh, I did. Well, he broke, but either way.
Very cool.
Pretty cool. Excellent. That's some great advice, sir.
And that, my friend, is why you have a show and I am the guest trainer and not the other way around.
We're just having some fun with it, man. We're just having good times. Thank you very much for being on the show with us today, Chris. Let's see your social media stuff so we can follow you. Chris Cardone, continuousbev.com. That's your company, correct?
Yeah, we do trainings, and I do a lot of. Right now, I'm doing a lot of Zoom trainings. But it's my company that I own. Yes.
Right. And how's that Zoom training going for you? I've heard a lot of great things about it.
I gotta tell you, it's been great. It not only gives you obviously the ability to train people. I'm doing it through a couple different companies that allow me to really start at like a 101 level, and really kind of teach people the beginning steps to bartending, getting rid of some of those myths. But what's really cool is I can go globally with it. So I have some of these meetings with 150, 200 people on the call from all over the globe. And it's really fun because it's very hands-on, the class I do. So I have all these people on the screen shaking and stirring and like laughing and pouring. And it's just so much fun to watch it with that interaction as opposed to me just sort of teaching it while everyone's sitting there watching.
That's awesome. So we can see you on Instagram and Continuous Bev on Facebook, right? Continuous
We'll see.
All right. Now, Chris, I have to ask if you have just a couple more minutes. You got time to stick around for a magic trick?
Of course. Let's do it.
All right. We're going to go to a magic trick. Here we go. So we had to rename it, not just magic tricks, because people think magic tricks, they think bunnies and hats and stuff. It's the Magic Money Maker. Doing a little bit of magic behind the bar is a reputation maker, and it's instant cash in the tip jar. So, Mr. Cardone, this has to go in my pocket here. I start off my trick with an invisible deck of cards. I'm going to hand these cards to you. If you could reach through and grab them. Very good. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Now, I'd like you to shuffle those cards up for me, if you could, Chris. Right, we'll take them out of the box first. Sorry, yeah. Oh, look at you. Oh, he's a fancy guy. Yeah, one of those Flair bartender guys,
And I didn't even work in Vegas.
All right, Chris, what I need you to do is I need you to take one card out of that deck, but don't let me see the card.
Okay.
Turn the card upside down and slide it back inside the deck.
Okay.
Very good. Now shuffle up all the cards so your card would be lost somewhere in the deck.
Okay.
All right, put it back in the box. All right. Now, Chris, with your amazing ability, we're going to throw those cards through on the count of three. And just I know it's been said before, but we didn't set this up ahead of time.
No, legit, we did not. I'm really excited to see this right now.
Right, you just dropped the cards, too, in the drink, maybe. But anyway, okay. Here we go. On the count of three, I want you to throw those cards right into my pocket. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. There it is. All right. The cards you just shook, you just shuffle them up. What was the name of the card you turned upside down, Chris?
I'm allowed to tell you?
Yeah, please.
7 of clubs.
The 7 of clubs?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to change your mind?
No.
All right. Well, let's see, Chris, here. Let's see if we can get all the cards out of here. You said the 7 of clubs.
I did.
Let's see if I can go through the cards here and see if I can't find one card upside down. Oh, there's a couple of cards. Oh, look. Look at that. Whoop! It's hard to turn this around. One card upside down, Chris. All right? No fancy finger work or anything else like that. I actually had a premonition ahead of the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, the 7 o'clock.
No way! Listen, legit, we did not set that up. I love magic, and I'm like blown away right now. That's so cool.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's the invisible deck. If you want to get into magic, I will not teach you how to do magic. I encourage you to get on the journey and go find the invisible deck. That's Chris Cardone, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Chris. We got to get out of here. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you on Wednesday. The camera froze and you were like this. It was perfect.
I'm blown away.
Good stuff, man. We'll see you. We'll see you on Wednesday, and thank you very much, and good luck out there, my friend.
Thank you very much, Dean.
All right, love you, brother. All right, let me show you how that bar trick from the top of the show worked. Was that a great whoosh or what? It was great. I've done that before, and literally girls at the bar will be screaming, and everybody wants to know what's going on. And of course, it draws more attention back to the bar, back to see good old Dean at the bar. What's going on, Dean? So, yeah, what we do is we take a bottle. As soon as we finish pouring it off, we can run it under hot water. So the bottle has to be empty. We run the bottle under hot water, which takes any of the residual alcohol in there and turns it into fumes, turns it into alcohol fumes. We take a straw. Of course, bendy straws are much better, but even just bending a straw like that is great. It sits in there. And then a pack of matches. And we light it up. Now, this is not going to whoosh again. It only whooshes once. Okay? It only whooshes once. But you drop it in, and it ignites all the fumes and shoots it out. All right? Super cool. Lots and lots of fun. And again, a reputation maker. So, thanks for joining us today on our first episode of Season 2. I am absolutely thrilled with how it turned out. We had a great conversation with Chris Cardone, some silly jokes, and a great warm cocktail, or our piping hot Bloody Mary. So, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Check us out on the other social media. We've got some Instagram and Facebook. It's Dean Serneels Social on Facebook. That's our fan page, so you can come hang out there. It's been a great episode. We'll see you next week at 9 o'clock. We'll be live at 9 o'clock next week. All right, thanks so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, back to Allison, our wonderful producer, with our bar book trivia. See you next week.
That was a great show. So the answer to the late great author Gary Regan wrote in The Joy of Mixology that this is the best cocktail on earth, it's simple yet so darn complicated, is the Manhattan. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.